Greetings, Lady Shepsa Jones from Let Go, Let Goddess, Sacred Sexuality Healer, Coach, and author, coming to bring you my Goddess Love Letter for this week. Goddess, I love you, and I want to invite you to do nothing and just to be. Just to be, just to be. That is your invitation for this week for your Goddess Love Letter. So first of all, I want to say you did not have a Goddess Love Letter last week because this time last week I was in my bed with COVID. Okay, so I was in my bed and thankfully within a couple of days I was pretty much like back to myself. However, having to be home last week, having to like isolate and kind of just be by myself. First of all, I just want to share what a gift that was. And this is why I'm sharing this gift with you, because I actually found last week to be a gift. And I know that COVID has been a very serious condition for some people, and I know a lot of people have passed. So this is not to belittle having COVID or anything like that. However, this was a time that the universe gave me that was actually a gift, because I didn't have to do anything. I did not have to do anything. I didn't have to massage anybody. I'm also a massage therapist. My son went to his dad's house for a few days. I didn't really have to cook. I didn't have to do anything. I could just be. And I just found myself here actually being like, this is actually great. If anybody is a mother or a single mother, or you wind up doing like, you probably can relate. I was like, I'm actually enjoying this. Like, I don't want to be sick. And I'm grateful that my immune system is strong enough, whereas in a couple of days, I was pretty much okay. However, I enjoy doing nothing, not having an agenda, not having to talk to anybody. And it gave me permission to move slow. Okay. So I want to share that permission slip with you this week. I'm not inviting you to get COVID, but I am inviting you to take time to move slow, to do nothing. Even if you only find maybe an hour or 2 or 3 hours out the entire week to do nothing, I want you to do nothing and allow yourself to be. What I honestly feel is like the universe was conspiring in order for me to have that experience, because the universe and all this wonderful wisdom knew I needed to have that experience, because I had been running and doing a lot and pushing. And this year has been a lot of just turmoil and, family and deaths and things like that. Whereas I have not had all the time for stillness. And I thought I was moving slow and being still, but the universe was like, let's slow her down even more so that there is no agenda. All right. So I want to invite you to not have an agenda. I want to invite you to not have a to-do list, and just notice, just see what you notice. See how stillness feels. Okay, I want to invite you this week to discover stillness, to allow yourself to be and not have to do for anyone. And just notice, you may notice that inner voice within you. Maybe you'll get a message from within that's been trying to get to you, but it has not been able to get to you because you've been too busy running around. Maybe you'll have some time to be creative and just explore creating. I did that. I did some writing. Maybe you'll be able to just sit and read a book or listen to an audiobook. So there's so much that could just happen spontaneously. And maybe you'll just sleep. Maybe you allow yourself to sleep, and maybe it won't be anything. Literally, once I was able to go out, I went into the park and I literally just like lay on the grass and let the sun bathe me in its sun rays and watch the bees going from flower to flower and just watch how slow nature is. And that is something that I've been doing just this whole season, is going into nature and watching how slow nature moves. Okay, nature moves very slow, yet everything happens on time. Okay, it may not happen when we want it to, but everything is moving into according to its own rhythm and its own cycle. And a lot of times we want to rush the cycles of our life. We want to rush, and that actually puts us out of alignment, right? And when we're out of alignment, we actually wind up delaying things because then we have to, wait for things to come back around again for us to sync up and to be able to align with the proper timeline. All right. So, Goddess, this week, I want to invite you to do nothing. Even if all that you can find is 2 to 3 hours, I want you to find 2 to 3 hours of your day where you're doing nothing, no agenda. You ain't got to take care of nobody. You don't have to talk to nobody. And you're able to just be. Go to the park, watch the birds, listen. I've been listening to the birds a lot. Watch the insects, how they move. Watch the bees as they go from flower to flower. Listen to the wind, right? This is the power of being in tune with nature. And this is what our ancestors did. They didn't have TV, they didn't have smartphones, they didn't have all these distractions. And within that, they were able to actually learn the language of nature, right? They were able to be guided by symbolism in nature to be able to move in a flow that is in alignment with nature. All right. Nature doesn't have to rush. Nature doesn't have to force things to happen. All right. Everything flows according to the divine plan. So I believe it was a divine plan for me to have COVID last week, but to invite me to have stillness and to not have any agenda and to allow myself to be. All right. So, Goddess, find some time this week to allow yourself to be for yourself. Right. You're busy doing for other people, but I want to invite you to be for yourself. You don't have to accomplish anything. I know we are all career women and we usually out there hustling and grinding and things like that, but that's a masculine way of doing things, right? I want to invite you to be, and in your beingness, realize that you, just as you are enough, and see what flows from that space of being instead of being in the place of doing, which keeps us externally focused on things outside of us, right? Allow yourself to be, to drop in, to watch nature, and to just see what arises, right? See what you feel, what you experience, from this little experiment. So let me know. You can let me know in the comments throughout the week on this YouTube video or in the email what happened when you allowed yourself to just be and not to do, and you got still, right? And you threw out your agenda and your goals. Let me know what comes up for you. Super excited to see. And just one last thing, if you will be available July 13th, I'll be having another free full moon masterclass. Y'all know I love my masterclasses and I love having them on the full moon. So this will be my Sensual Goddess Awakening masterclass, which will be live July 13th, Wednesday, July 13th at 8 p.m. EST. So we're going to talk more about the power of feminine energy. And part of that is to be slow, right? To be able to feel, to be, and not just do. All right, so Goddess, I love you. And this week, I invite you to do nothing and to be. All right, talk soon. Have a great week.